All right, let's get right into it, y'all. So today we have Nike Technical Analysis. The Nike Technical Analysis is just basically me looking at the charts as far as the indicators, if it'll be a buy, sell, or waiting signal. We're talking about Nike today because Nike had a 30-year Just Do It campaign with Colin Kaepernick and then a few other African American athletes. I believe it's extremely powerful. You're targeting your highest spenders for the company, making you all a lot of money, and just showing beautiful, positive faces. So I see no wrong in that. You have a lot of people mad, triggered. They bought Nike shoes, but they're burning them. You have Donald Trump saying that it's a terrible message to the United States. Me just scrolling on StockTwits. I don't even have Instagram anymore. I only post when I have a video up, but I'm on StockTwits. That's my social media for the time being, and they are so upset. I'm never buying Nike again. This piece of company, y'all, calm down. It's not that deep. But let's get right into it. So first, I really like using their gauges. This doesn't determine anything. However, it's a very easy way to know what's going on. And just kind of like a very quick visual, like, okay, is it a sell or is it a buy? I do like to go through all time intervals from 1 month to 4 hour. So we scroll down 1 month over all moving averages. I don't look at any of this besides RSI, MACD. That's it. All this other stuff is kind of wish-wash. Momentum's pretty good, but a lot of these are kind of user-made indicators. So we got 1 month, overall buy. We got 1 week, a strong buy. Let's look at that. All moving averages, beside this hole, I never understand what hole is. That is a sell indicator, but it's all over the moving averages. RSI at 62, probably curling up. I already know it. We got the 1 day. Oh no, it's time to sell. Dump your bags. Dump it, dump it. You're going to lose it all. That's what they want you to think. But smart money always buying up the fear. Buy the fear every single time. Every single time. We got the RSI at 45. I'm sure it had a sharp decline because of today. Honestly, it gapped down. We got a few indicators saying it's a sell. But the 50-day is still above 50-day, 100-day, 200-day. Those are pretty strong, pretty important. But let's get to the chart. All right, guys. So, to be honest, in 2008, there was a market crash. We all should know about that. Right there, right here, you can see open, high, low, and close of the day when I go through each day, right? It's kind of changing. So at the bottom, if you bought at the bottom, it opened at $10, it closed at $12, or it closed at $11 on March 2019. About $12. It has been on the strongest uptrend I've seen for real, all the way up to 80. So to say that this is a bad company as far as financials, it is ridiculous. Oh, you are too big of a company to be in politics. Extremely ridiculous. Let's get in there. Still extremely bullish trend, bullish chart all the way up. We're gonna get a bottom trend line up on the 1 month just to see. It had bounced off right here, climbed up. and it actually broke that strong resistance because it hit twice on the monthly, dipped back down, broke it, and has skyrocketed since. And then I don't want to do too much technical analysis on the 1 month. This is just one of your get your foot in the door, look to see anything crazy. There's so many different circles. D, E, that's the dividend, that's the earnings, and then you got the green, and that's the stock splits. These circles right all over through here. Going to the 1 week chart. Like I said, I like to do 1 month, 1 week, 1 day, and if I don't get to see anything on that 1 day that I like, I'm going to go into the 4-hour chart just to get a closer look. But I do like the higher time intervals. If you're going to your 1 hours, your 30 minutes, you're not determining any real patterns. A real pattern is something that happens 3 times. Okay, so we can actually see the gap down on the 1 week chart. You do have the RSI on a sharp decline. You have the MACD wanting to converge. It did turn into a buy signal May 14th. Faked out. When it faked out, this is like where it's leaning towards it wanted to be a sell signal. What happened? It skyrocketed. Like I said, I sometimes say fake out, a MACD fake out, and it actually went up. However, it is going into a sell signal, and if we get a closer look at the volume probably since July, it has not been broke above the volume moving average. And I base a lot of things off of just volume. However, this is not concerning volume. Sure, it's low. It's not as strong as like I want it to. However, it's been consistent. That's the key part. It's been consistent volume. Get to the 1 day, get a better look. So this is where it gets interesting, where you can get a real analysis of what happened yesterday or today. Gonna want to start this trend line up here, and then it's just to show that we did actually use this upper trend or this bottom trend line as a good source to see how price action has occurred. I'm trying to just draw it right there where you can see that it hovered, and every time the price action is on the bottom trend line, it's hitting the bottom up trend line, you want to buy. So these people, the smart people, are buying right now. Sell the pop, wait for it to get back to the trend line, and then sell again on the pop. However, today we have a gap down. We have a gap down below the current ascending channel. However, we still are well above this this upward trend line that I drew starting from the raise in October. Bounced there and then kind of started getting away from this trend line. However, it's still so far away. The current price to break this channel would be about $74. We're still way up here. The market wants to overreact almost everything. Anything is an overreaction. Anything is, oh, you better sell now when you see just one red day. And I honestly wasn't impressed with this red day. Smart money was buying today. So we can't see too much because I'm going to just go into the actual selling volume of this particular day. All we can conclude from this today was we did gap down from this upward trend line that we started in June. However, we're still well above this trend line that we started around September, October of 2017. We are good. However, on this 1 day, I'm just getting into looking at shapes, and I did notice a little bit of possibility of a head and shoulders. So right now, this is the left shoulder's top, and I'm going to draw the neckline as well. So this right here at $79.60, you have your neckline of your head and shoulders. And imagine you're looking at someone from the back of their head. You got your left shoulder bounced off the neckline, rounded ahead, reversal, back down. And if it were to be a true Head and Shoulders, it would pop back up to $82, hit strong resistance, and come back down, and may even test this old ascending trend, a bottom trend line around 75 if this completes the entire Head and Shoulders. But I don't see that actually happening because I was not impressed with the bears of today. So you see a lot of things happen in the morning. Volume went down drastically. Where are people dumping by the loads? I just don't see it. Again, when you look at the 3 hour, volume declining, 2 hour declining, 1 hour, a decline, and then it actually scooped back up. So this is where I want to just kind of get into the actual price action, and you see the quote-unquote dump was actually a lot of buying. I believe what happened was in the pre-market, everyone was dumping their bags, and it actually for today it opened at $79. So it's all a game, y'all. It is all a game. So the pre-market determined the open price, right? So all the BS was happening with Colin Kaepernick. Everybody knows about it. Everyone's tweeting, telling their moms or dads, you know, Colin Kaepernick is on the Nike deal, the campaign. I don't know what to do. I'm going to sell my shares because I can't stand that guy, right? So they pushed it down. They pushed it down to 79.07. However, you see a high volume buy from 79 all the way up, and it actually peaked at 81. Somehow, some way, in the course of this sell, you better sell because of Colin. People were buying. Right now, you see 342,000 shares of Nike were bought within the first hour of the market. That speaks volumes. Smart money was buying. And anytime you see high volume on anything, it's an institution. We're trading as a retail, we can be in this same hour or we can be in this low volume. We don't have any say in the market. We have to follow the big fish. And we have to follow the big fish right here. They bought the dip. They definitely bought the dip. Don't listen to the naysayers. Some key price points I would say is actually the close of the day, and the close of the day actually was a bullish pin at like 1530 of today. So it bounced off, reversed, hit this same price as it did earlier in the day. I'm going to scroll out to the 1 day to see a next support level or old resistance level that will turn into support. And I believe that this isn't an extremely strong old resistance. However, I do see it as the nearest possible place where it can fall. So if you are a bull, if you are long on this stock, I would definitely say buy a few shares now and then buy if it falls. So right now it's here. Let me get to the 1 hour just so you can see better visuals. Nope, can't see it. Okay. So we are right here at 79.60. And we are right here, the next support level, 78.50. So if you're long on this stock, I'd say buy a few. Buy a few if it drops down here, because it hit 3 times. 1, 2, 3, boom, and then it dropped. Hit the bottom ascending line and climbed and climbed and climbed. So this is an actual support. I believe it's a support. So watch 78.50. And then if it pops on strong buying volume, that is a key indicator that this controversy is literally nothing to think about. This market lately has been forgetting a lot. We have the NAFTA deal; it got delayed. It got trade wars. We've been forgetting about that. Like we have been pushing the market up. I'm not worried about this Nike falling to 60. I'm gonna short this stock to 60. I'm gonna short it to 70. For people to dump this to 70, they would have to think that Nike is doing more than just having one controversial person. They'd have to have some CEO scandals. You'd have to have more talk about the slave, not slave, but the child labor that's making the shoes and stuff come out. You'd have to have a lot more to push this down as far as news related. But as far as technicals go, one more time, I'm watching. I'd probably buy some, like one probably tomorrow, and then a few if it actually drops to 78.50. But I'm chasing higher performing stocks, so I'm not really big on the Dow itself. I chart a lot of Dow companies, and overall, a lot of them are bearish. You've kind of noticed that the Dow is down or barely green on days because you have some companies in the Dow that have extremely bearish charts. But to close it out, just watch 79 right now, the current price. Let's look at some pre-market volumes tomorrow morning, or see if the volume is there in the pre-market, the positive price action, and then even some sales action. If there's some sell actions and you got buys loaded up at 78.50, that's where the smart money is buying. I'm glad y'all tuned in. Hopefully y'all learned something. I did kind of talk a little fast. I do want to improve on my video quality, but this is the first time me just literally talking to the chart. It's kind of hard when you think about it. However, I do want to improve. And if you all can comment below, just give any suggestions. And thank y'all for supporting me. I'll see y'all later.